Hi, and welcome back to your 30-day Qi Gong Journey. I'm Mark, and here we're going to be doing session 16. The theme for today is relaxation, because last time we did quite a lot of more strenuous stuff, so today we're going to focus on the feeling of softness and relaxation in the body, letting things go, right? So, as per normal, we will start with a brief warm-up, doing some basic movement exercises. We will stretch, we'll do our standing, and I'll talk a little bit more about how to generate that feeling of softness in the body, and then also what happens if you get feelings of stiffness arising. Then we'll do our 3 basic exercises: boat rowing in a stream of air, traveling eastward across the ocean, and cloud hands. We'll spend a bit of time with each one, talking about some of the points where you might have tension in each one and how to work through it. And then we'll finish with some dissolving practice, okay, which is another method that you can use with your intention to lead through the body to release tension, okay, and slightly separate from the breathing, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Good, so let's get started. So with the aim of today being relaxation, what I'd like you to do is to try and use the minimum amount of force to move your body, yeah? So feet shoulder width apart, bend the hips slightly, deep breath in, and every time you breathe out, that's the time to really feel the body relax and sink down into the floor. So as you breathe in, still stay relaxed, but as you breathe out, let go of the shoulders, let go of any tension in the chest, in the abdomen, sink down into the floor. Good, continue. Good, we're just going to do a really simple one now. Keep both hands suspended, and then feel like you're pulling the hand up, and then you pluck a piece of string, the middle and index finger lightly, and then into out, and down, up, pull, open, up, pull, open, close, up, open, close. Good, it's floating on the left hand, right hand comes up, other side, and down. So the hand comes up, pluck a piece of thin string in the air, and down. Good, and both together. Breathe in as the hands separate, and then out as they come together. Good, next one. Again, keep the hand floating, and we're just going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Breathe in as the hand comes up, and out as it goes down. Good. Flow to the left hand, right hand comes up and down. hands alternating. Good. Small scoop. Push the hands up. Push through and relax. Down. Breathe in as the hands come up. Out as they go down. Small scoop. And straighten the arms and legs together. Breathing in as the hands go up and out as they go down. Together, feet together, and stand. Nice, lovely. So, just focus a little bit more on the slow, soft movements today. All right, let's carry on. Let's do our stretching. So, I'm going to start off with the side bend. One hand comes down one side, and the other one just tracks up to the side. Change, go to the other side. Middle, and we'll do front bend. So, do a toe touch. Just slowly come down, bend from the hips all the way down. Just hang and relax. Every time you breathe out, just feel the arms lengthening a little bit. Back relaxing, hamstrings relaxing. Good. Hover over the left foot. Change, hover over the right foot. Good. Bend the knees, head up, back straight. I'll show you this one. This is called the tortoise stretch. So we'll go from the side. So the aim is to try and stretch the middle part of the back, right? So from our bottom position, bend the knees slightly, tuck your hips in, and then what you want to do is push your head up and try and keep your back in one flat line. And you should feel a stretch through the mid part of the back. So it feels like your butt and your neck are pulling in opposite directions in a flat line along the body. And relax that, come down again. And bend, and we go again. And relax, counter stretch. then bend the knees one more. Good, and bend the knees slowly come up. Good. We'll do the calves and hamstrings as well. Opposite leg forward, right leg forward, opposite hand on the knee, pull back the toe. Good, bend the knee, go forward, change, go to the other side, opposite hand on the knee, pull back the toe. Good, forward, excellent, hips round big circles. Change other side. Good, feet together, knees. And change other way. And we'll do some wrist roll as well. With the wrist, feel like you're pulling the wrist up and round in a big circle. So it's like the other wrist is like popping it up. Yeah, and then change, go the other way. Whoa, nice crack there. Good, okay, have a little shake. And we'll go straight into our standing. Good. So, as I mentioned before, the most important thing to start initially is to get that feeling of sinking, of feeling rooted down in the ground, like everything is sinking down. So when we stand up, a lot of the time we kind of stand and walk around like legs almost locked out, chest up, everything up. So we're almost like tottering around, or like people, especially guys, they like lead with their chest quite a lot, right? So walk around like with this. We want the exact opposite thing to happen. So everything to sink down into the ground, yeah? So rather than being like this, chest relax, center relaxes, belly is relaxed, yeah? So you're not pulling it in, you're not pushing it out either, right? It's just relaxed, okay? Hips slightly tucked, so there's some activation there in the core and the muscles in the glutes, so they're just pulling a little bit, and then you sit down, yeah? It's similar to the horse stance that we did, it's just not as extreme, right? So it's sometimes called a high standing horse stance as well. Yeah, and you'll get this feeling of like water running down and all the blood kind of pooling and feeling down into your feet, yeah? If you do it for a little while. So, feet shoulder width apart, bend those ankles, knees over the feet, hips slightly tucked, belly relaxed, chest relaxed, chin up, back straight. Breathe in, gathering Qi. Good. Open, come into the mother posture. Next one, palms forward, wrists slightly flexed, fingers making a slight wave. Feel like you're screwing the elbows in and forward, but without too much tension in the chest. Head up, chest relaxed, diaphragm relaxed, abdomen relaxed, hips slightly tucked, knees bent, ankles bent. Good. Next one, breathe in and raise the hands up into a high position. So this is the same as the mother posture, but you're going to point it up at about 45 degrees, yeah, rather than being flat. Try and keep your shoulders down, chest relaxed, okay? And now, really try and relax those shoulders. Keep your knees bent, stay sunk, hips down. Good. Breathe in and come back to the mother posture. Notice how much more relaxed the chest is now. Good. Let the hands go. Come down into this posture and just let everything go. Now let the shoulders go completely. Fingers stretch out, wrists relax, elbows relax. Feet come together, and then slowly straighten the legs as the hands go down. Good. Have a little stretch if you need. So we just did a few variations on the on standing there, where you're using some higher postures to put the shoulder into a position where it has to work a little bit harder, and then when you bring it down, you're like, oh, I can actually relax it a lot more, right? So sometimes we use these little cues where we put ourselves in a static posture that's a little bit challenging, and then we move into a more yin posture. We realize, oh, actually there is more residual tension there, and I can get rid of it. Yeah? So we alternate between slightly yang, slightly yin, to use the difference to cue us to relax more and open up the body. But yeah, it's quite subtle. It's not a huge feeling, right? We don't go to a full extension ever, yeah, because we always keep a little bit of yang within our yin. Right, so let's do our three sort of main movements that we've done so far. Let's start with boat rowing in a stream of air. As per normal, feet double shoulder width apart, feet turn slightly out, and start slowly. Bend at the hips, and then as you get warmed up, you can sink in a little bit lower. Good. Next one. If you're not like me and you're not turned 45, you just walk the feet in, okay? So if I was out here, right, and you just want to keep it, you just kind of do this slow walk in until you're there, yeah? Good, next one. Brilliant, excellent, that's looking really nice. So I hope that that one is a bit harder out of these three basic ones. I mean, they're all challenging in their own ways, right? So boat rowing in a stream of air has more physical demands in terms of strength. This one has a lot of coordination demands, and then the other one, especially with the stepping, you've got sort of feet and legs moving together. So the coordination of the upper and the lower body. Learning these physical skills is actually part of the benefit of Qigong, right? So it's been looked into quite heavily for things like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, and it's been shown that these type of interventions with Tai Chi and Qigong do something that exercise alone doesn't. And they think it's to do with learning a physical skill, right? So just like brain has to, so if somebody's taught you for the first time how to pat your head and rub your tummy, right? There's a certain part of you that's like, oh, my brain has to work hard to do that. And it's exactly the same when we're doing these kind of, movement skills, right? Because when we first start learning them, it's that same experience in our brain. How do I do this? But that actually has huge neuroprotective effects. So forcing yourself to do these kind of like slightly difficult physical activities that aren't, too physically demanding, but do require coordination. Yeah, brilliant. Right, let's do cloud hands, also called wave hands like clouds. We will again begin for the last time just doing it standing in one place. Shift the weight, turn the waist. 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 Good. Now that you're becoming more familiar with it, get rid of those two movements and just turn it into one seamless move where the waist is turning and it drives everything. That's it. Now, bring the feet in as well. Turn, shift, shift, turn and step. Step. Get to the end. Do one more, shift back the other way, and go. Great. Excellent. So those are our three sort of core movements that we're using at the moment. I think over the next couple of sessions, maybe one more, and then we'll think about introducing another one as we slowly build up our set of sort of primary movements. And then that becomes the core routine, and you can run through each one. Each one has specific health benefits, and I've chosen them for a particular reason. And at some point I'll write an article and let you guys know all the details of why I choose each one. Now we're going to finish off with, as I said, some dissolving practice. We're going to do this seated, so I'm just going to go and set up. So get yourself a pillow or something you can sit on. I'm in the studio, so I'm just going to sit on a focus mitt. Okay, so see you in a sec. Hi, so here we are. Find somewhere comfortable where you can sit. If you're going to get cold, stick a jumper on. Because we're not really going to be moving. This is a mental practice. So dissolving is a Taoist practice which is not that well known in the West. So where you you use your intention to cause relaxation and the breaking down of blockages, physical, energetic, emotional, spiritual, at many different levels. Okay, we're just going to first of all work on that physical level. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a body scan, so which most people, especially if you've done yoga, you might be familiar with, where you sort of start down and find places where you have tension. Now this is going to be different for you and for me, right? So that I'm going to just describe that feeling, and then as the first time that I catch somewhere where I feel like a big knot of tension or pain or stiffness, or even the absence of any feeling, numbness, that could be another sign of a physical block or a knot or something. And then I'm just going to rest my intent and my attention there. And I'm going to relax, just use my gentle, focused intent. And it feels like your intention is like a ray of sunshine. The description in the Chinese is ice to water, water to gas. So wherever you have a knot and somewhere tense and you feel like it's a big block of ice here, your mind is like a ray of sun, gradually melting it, and then it turns into a puddle of water, and then you keep your ray of sun shining on it, and then it evaporates away. Right? So we're going to go through these steps, and I'm going to lead you verbally through this process, but it's important that you feel it in your body and you don't just pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay, so I won't identify where the knot is. That's for you to find as you scan down. Okay, notice as well, ignore your breathing. Okay, this is nothing to do with breathing. It's a completely separate practice. So just feel like it's your intention is a constant stream of sunshine. It's not breathe in, relax, or breathe out, relax. It's just a constant stream of gentle, relaxed attention, and that will cause things to open up. Okay? So, find yourself a comfortable, happy sitting position. You can go hands on top. I quite like this one. This is one of my favourite ones. So thumbs together, tucked like this. If you do yoga and you like other hand positions, then do whatever you feel comfortable with. Yeah. Or if you just don't know, you can just plant them on top of your knees. Okay. So I'm going to get into this position here. Assume our basic sitting alignment. So hips down, head up, back straight. And now we're going to close our eyes just to focus our attention inwards. So we're just going to do a few deep breaths to start off with. I'm just going to do 5 of these. 2. 3. 4. 5. Now, starting at the top of your head, bring your attention there and just slowly begin to scan down. Bring your awareness down from the top of the head, feeling along the top of the head. Keep going down, scan across the face. Notice any moments, any knots, anywhere where you have tension. And if you find somewhere on the face, just bring your awareness or attention there. If you keep going, that's fine as well. You could go down to the neck, front of the neck, back of the neck, and shoulders. And I'm going to stop here on the shoulders. Just notice anywhere where you might have tension. And just bring your mind there and your awareness to the point where there's tension. And just imagine that your mind and your intent is like a gentle ray of sunshine, slowly bringing warmth, relaxation to that space inside the body. If you can't feel anything, that's fine. Just carry on feeling like your mind's eye, your intention, your awareness, it's like a gentle ray of warm summer sunlight. And wherever that tension is, it's like a block of ice, and it's slowly beginning to heat up. And it's slowly beginning to melt. Maybe just first around the edges, it's getting a bit softer, a little bit warmer. Sometimes people feel like it gets a little bit wetter within a joint or something, as it slowly begins to open up. And your attention is just this unwavering, gentle, relaxed, opening sensation. Warm, comfortable, and full. Just like a ray of sunshine on a hot summer day. Just keep your awareness there a bit longer, slowly bringing your attention and awareness to that place where there was tension. So now it's beginning to melt, open up, and turn into a puddle of water. And the water is beginning to warm, and it's beginning to spread out, become soft and diffuse air, relaxed gas. And that place where there was tension now feels light, open and free. Just carry on, bringing your relaxed, happy, focused intent to that place where there was tension. If any thoughts or feelings arise as your awareness is there, just let them go. Don't dwell on those thoughts. Just let them arise and let them go. Good. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Just do 5 deep breaths to close. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Open your eyes, open the hands, breathe in. Feel like this is all now running down to the legs, open again. Bring your awareness back to your whole body. Place both hands over the abdomen. And just feel the warm feeling collecting down just below the navel. Good, excellent. Okay, you can move a little bit, shake a little bit if you're feeling a bit stiff. Excellent, so that's dissolving. Obviously you can do that longer, right? So I just showed you on one point, okay? And then when we closed, we just brought everything back down and let go of our, didn't keep our intention anywhere inside the body. But you could do that for longer if you wanted, right? So you could just open up and, finish one point, and if it feels like it's still stuck, just move on, spend about 2, 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes max on each point, then move on to the next one, maybe center of the chest, something under here. Sometimes people, front of the chest, armpits, anywhere in the abdomen, lower back as well, obviously, inside the hips. Anywhere where you think you have tension, you just bring your attention there. And like I said, if it feels like it's solid or a block or it's painful, melt it, get a puddle of water, let it evaporate until it feels soft. And sometimes you even get that feeling of it like expanding out of the body. Yeah, that's fine. So just have that feeling of very loose, open expansion. Anytime that you feel like when you finish this, there's more space, like you suddenly feel like I can sit up a bit more, or it feels lighter, or as I said, wetter sometimes as well. Sometimes inside the joints, people feel kind of dry and stiff. But after you've done that, you might have some more fluid inside the joints moving around. Those are all really positive signs, okay? So yeah, have a go at that. It's that's another method that you can just use your your pure intention, just brain power, to try and achieve relaxation. I think it's brilliant because when people are told relax, you're like, oh, how do I relax? It's impossible, right? Whilst this is almost it's a prescription for relaxation, right? So it's a method for going about and achieving relaxation using only your intention. Good. As you can see, this is I've mentioned before, this is the studio where I teach in. I'll put some details down the bottom. I've just finished renovating it as of, in time for lockdown in the UK. If you're in the southwest of London, in Sutton, in Surrey, have a look at those details, and maybe you can come and train with Rising Phoenix, and we can do Qigong, Tai Chi. I do a couple of other Chinese martial arts as well. So yeah, just have a look at the details in the website, and the links down below in the description. Thank you for your time today, everyone, and I hope that you have an excellent day. See you tomorrow. Bye.